What's up, everybody? Supersmallchibiwolf here, and today I'm going to be reviewing Madoka Magica. This is a 12-episode anime series. It is of horror and magical girl. And the first thing I want to talk about are the characters. The characters were cool. They have interesting reasons for becoming magical girls, and the backstories are great. Now, the first character I want to talk about is Madoka. Madoka, she was a nice-hearted girl that loves her friends, and I like her design. All the characters in Madoka Magica have pretty cool designs. Later on, she has a decision on whether to be or not to be a magical girl, but due to her experiences within the world that she is a part of, she starts to have some self-doubts about her abilities to becoming a magical girl, but eventually overcomes those difficult situations and shows her skills as a magical girl. So the next character I want to talk about is Sayaka. Sayaka, she was a cool and great girl and the best friend of Madoka. I won't spoil anything, but I love what she stands for. She kills so much for those that she loves, and she would do a lot so her and her friends could stay safe and live better lives. She was a talented fighter, and her moments with Madoka were great and fun because it was, what was it, when it came to fighting or chilling, she seems like a really cool person and understandable. And yeah, I like her relationship with Madoka. They're great friends, cool characters, cool fighters, and they fight together. Next character I want to talk about is Mami. She was a nice-hearted girl that was a mentor to Madoka and Sayaka. I like that she can summon her cool magical weapons, and her fights were fun to watch. Now, so the next character I want to talk about is Kyubi. So Kyubi, she was a nice and interesting creature. At first, that she is like this. I believe she is a cat thing, cat alien. But yeah, I might be wrong on that. But yeah, many times within Madoka Magica, she is like the one to give and provide the powers to Madoka and her friends. Her powers and abilities were also, she's there to kind of support the girls and give advice. So her powers and abilities were good. And now, without spoiling anything, let me just say that she has an interesting character development. And yeah, many animes such as Sailor Moon, has had, similar anime companions such as Luna, and other animes as well as have similar, companions as well. But what makes Kyubi more interesting, I would say, is that his story within this Madoka Magica is something that is different from other magical girl animes. And without spoiling anything, I'd say I liked it. It was interesting. It was like, oh, that's pretty cool. So yeah, one thing that he likes to do is gamble with the lives of many people. He's kind of greedy, and we get to know a little bit more about his ways of doing business. Let's say. Next character I want to talk about is Hamura. Hamura, she was a serious girl, but that would help out Madoka. I'd say a lot of times she was there to kind of bring more peaceful, make life more peaceful, and she is a little bit more serious than everyone else, but uh, she would try her best to prevent Madoka from making mistakes, and I like that about her. Even though she's serious, she does it out of being caring and respectful to others. She doesn't do it for self gain. She does it to protect other people. So I like that. And yeah, she was a great fighter and really cool. So the next character I want to talk about is Kyoko Sakura. Now, Sakura, she was a cool girl that has a cool design and she loves food. I like her backstory and reason for being a magical girl because it was interesting. It explains a few things about her, like how she hates it when people waste food, and it was understandable why she decided to become a magical girl, and it explains why she's a little bit crazy. You know, I'd say out of all the girls, she was more understandable when it comes to real life situations. For example, she's caring. She's more of a looks at everything into detail. Like, hey, don't waste food. Hey, don't because her story as well. I'd say a character like this is one of those characters that I think could really become like if they had like if Madoka Magica made a comeback and they had like 30 episodes or 20 something, like a lot of animes now, or full out serious, like a lot of animes now, um, Kyoko Sakura, I imagine becoming one of those characters that could be really interesting, really great, develop really well, and had a lot of potential. But due to it being not that many episodes, and don't get me wrong, they did great with the characters. I'm not saying they did bad, but to have more of Kyoko Sakura would be great. And also, let me just say this: she has really cool fight scenes, and what was it? And yeah. Also, let me just say this. Of course, Madoka Magica has a Sakura. Every anime needs a Sakura, you know. And watch, one day it's gonna be fun games, you know. But yeah, there was like I believe a Sakura in School Live. There was a Sakura 2 animes ago which I reviewed. So yeah, pretty cool. Sakura taking over. Next thing you know, maybe Sakura from Naruto has its own her own anime. But move it up of that. The other characters were funny, good, and I liked them. You know, they were pretty cool. Um, so the next thing I want to talk about is the music. Now the music was great. You know, I love it. The music within the episodes. You know, there were some good ones within the episodes, and pretty cool. The intro was cool, and the outro, yeah, it's cool. Now, oh, I want to say this: the second half was okay, but music wise, I'd say this. Madoka Magica does really good at music. And I don't think there was a song that I did not like, you know. But I'd say there are music that are better than other musics within Madoka Magica. So yeah. Next thing I want to talk about is the story. The story is about a girl named Madoka who, after listening to music, is called out by a mysterious voice that she goes to find out, where it goes to see where it's coming from. Then she discovers a bloody cat creature named Kyubi. Kyubi. From now on, his name is Kyubi. So Kyubi, and after Madoka saves her, Kyubi offers Madoka and her friends to sign contracts with Kyubi and become magical girls. Kyubi later on gives the girls a chance to make a wish and you know in exchange for their helps, for helping her. And also, but there's a thing, you know, this is where it gets like, oh, okay. So, QB offers the contracts, they become magical girls, but in exchange for that wish, a soul gem for the girls are created, and they have to fight witches. Now, the soul gem, if harmed or if broken, that means the characters die. And you know, it was a little bit interested. You know, it was interesting. I mean, what am I saying? You know, I got into it. I was like, you know what, this is a good story, good plot, a good reason to fight. And you know, to be honest, man, it took me what was it, 2 days to watch, 2 or 3 days because I was pretty busy. So yeah, it was pretty cool, man. You know, I'd say this. You know, if Madoka Magica is more interested in a hyped up game like Final Fantasy VII Remake, yes, I did not forget it, and I will review it. If Madoka Magica is more interested in a game, then that means it's a really good anime. Okay, let me just say this. I love this anime. And look, this is out of the review. Let me just say this. You know, at first I was thinking 12 episodes. Okay, it's probably gonna be a slice of life anime. But dude, let me just say this. It is not. It's a great magical girl anime. A great introduction. And yeah, hopefully it makes a comeback. So I just wanted to get this out of the way now. This is gonna be just a few points. Number one is a few months in, and I randomly thought, I don't know why, but Chibi Usa the anime, and I was thinking, you know what? If Chibi Usa had an anime, it might be similar to this, or maybe Chibi because she's more of a chilled out character in Sailor Moon. But to be honest, you know, I love the design of Madoka, and to be honest again, like I don't know, it just at first when figuring out and first hearing this anime, you know, like a long time ago, I was like, you know, made that joke of like, hey, you like that anime? It's like Chibi used to the anime, and a lot of the characters kind of, I mean, a lot of people, anime fans that I even met, like, oh, Chibi Usa, you know, they either most of them liked it, but when some of them did not like it, it was funny. They would kind of go off, and it's just funny stuff. And I enjoy that, because I truly do like that character Chibiusa and Madoka. So it was pretty cool seeing another pink cat character in anime. So another reason is one thing that was interesting was that Madoka Magica is a magical girl horror anime with some crazy worlds that they travel in. For example, they go into in order to defeat a villain that they are fighting. The villains kind of look weird sometimes here and there, but the worlds that they create are interesting. They go into this what was it, their little what was it, homes, let's say, and then they fight against each other, and it was pretty cool. Usually it's like, oh, let's fight in my city, but nah, they going in the cities or the homes of the monsters and stuff. So yeah, the witches in this anime, they create some random worlds. Some of them are good, some of them are a little weird. So the way Madoka Magica handles its dark fantasy moments were great because they understand how to balance magical girls, horror, and mystery. And many times I've seen other medias and similar, to what Madoka Magica tried to do. And let me just say, a lot of times they fail, at doing it. And Madoka Magica, I'm happy that it succeeds in this. It succeeds on balancing the magical girls, horror, and mystery. And it really shows that, even though an anime is, 12 episodes, smaller, it could, what was it, surpass, for example, a video game that is like 10 hours to finish, in certain aspects. So, for example, like, I play, horror games and newer ones, and let me say Madoka Magica was pretty impressive. Like, way better. My experience watching Madoka Magica was better than that game, which I don't even remember. I don't even remember, to be honest. It was a friend's game. Um, but moving on from that, let me just say, Madoka Magica, it succeeds in a lot of things, and I was surprised, to be honest. I thought it was going to be, similar to like a slice of life, similar to that, but no, it was way better than I imagined. Now, on episode 12, on time period of 6, I had to, pause, and because, to be honest, in my opinion, I love the Legend of Zelda games, and she's pretty cool in Super Smash Bros. And I don't know why, but she looks similar to Zelda. Yeah, she does. And I don't know, I found that interested. Wanted to add that in the review, just in case I have any Zelda fans watching this or something like that. So yeah. So after watching Madoka Magica, I would say I love it. It is one of my favorite animes and one of my favorite magical girl animes of all time. The characters were lovable and cool and interesting. The story was interesting and great. The music was great and enjoyable. The graphics were great, and I recommend watching Madoka Magica. It is really a great anime, and I'd say I love it. Yeah, I love Madoka Magica. Really great. Magical girl anime. Now, the animes that I recommend watching are School Life because it follows young girls in a horror-based setting, and the characters are also lovable, interesting, and cool. And the second anime I recommend watching is Elfen Lied because it has some horror mixed with some interesting plots and backstories, and it's just all out great. So yeah, all three anime, Madoka Magica, Elfen Lied, and School Life are all great and amazing, and I love them. So yeah, and also I'll be honest, I feel like making a video of bringing all three of them together, so it kind of fits. I review Madoka Magica, recommend these two anime, everyone wins. So with that being that, I hope you enjoyed the video. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, bye.